Daniel's Dread Tales is a show for grown-ups. It may contain adult language and adult themes. Please check the episode description for content warnings. Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, welcome to another exciting episode of Daniel's Dread Tales. This week, we're going to be playing some Unknown Armies, my favorite role-playing book ever, and I hope you enjoy it. This week, you have me, Daniel, your titular Daniel of the Daniel's Dread Tales, holding it down as the game master. My pronouns are he, him. Let's go around and introduce ourselves and maybe have you tell us just a tiny bit about your character that you're playing as well. Don't need to give too much, though. I think we're going to find out about your characters in play. On my list, it looks like Damien is first, so you want to go, Damien?
I'm Damien, he, they, kind of a regular around here. I'm going to be playing Dr. Martin Daniels. Academic doctor? I'm assuming doctor of sociology. I'm assuming that's what his doctorate it was in. That's basically, he's in the process of writing a new paper.
Okay. I understand. I am also writing a paper for my master's right now.
I am Shannon. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Eric Bonville, who uses the he, him pronouns. I'm married to the most wonderful woman ever. Really, she's everything to me. I don't know what I'd do without her. Like, literally, I don't know what I'd do without her. Should I say things about myself?
Do you want to say about your character? Do you want to say about you? Do you want to plug your show?
I didn't know if I was supposed to plug my show. That's really what I was asking.
Yeah, I don't
plug
know.
your show.
Yeah, I don't know
care.
if you plug your show. Yeah, plug your fucking show.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to hear more of me, you can listen to the one other episode of this. Oh, I think it was multiple episodes, but arcs. This that I was on. I'm also on Dice Fiends pretty regularly and Resting Glitch Face. It's a Shadowrun podcast where it's all girl Shadowrunners and we flirt instead of dealing with problems. Dice Fiends is we also flirt there, but I don't know. We play a lot of games.
Dice Feeds is good. I've been on there a couple times.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you were talking about your lovely husband who... No, excuse me.
Wife.
Your lovely wife.
I am
your
the
wife,
husband.
Yeah. You are the husband. I apologize.
Yes.
You were talking about your lovely wife who could do no wrong. Let's check out the person who's playing your wife.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'll be playing Sarah Bonville tonight.
My beloved.
My pronouns are he, him. However, as you might suspect, Sarah Bonville's pronouns are she, her. And the most important thing about me is, of course, that I have a husband named Eric, who I am his whole world, and that's the way we like it.
That's true.
It's not that he's my whole world. I'm his whole world, and that's an important distinction. Don't look at him. He's mine.
Healthy.
Cool.
Very
healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on this podcast a few times. I've also been on the Dice Fiends a number of times, and despite the world's best efforts, I'm still running a podcast called The Crow's Codex, and we in fact have a new show showing up tomorrow.
Ooh. Which will have been
a
while ago when this is released.
Yes, it will be. No, it will actually be tomorrow whenever this releases.
Okay. We're gonna need to.
We're gonna schedule that very Yeah, we're gonna be very smart about it. Now, it's releasing on October 31st, Halloween. It's not Halloweeny though. It's if you like Final Fantasy and you like taking the piss out of JRPGs, that's what this is gonna be about.
What are you playing? Fabula Ultima?
We are playing Fabula Ultima, which is like actionably Final Fantasy, the tabletop role-playing game. But I have named this game Fabula Rasa, which is a portmanteau of Fabula Ultima and Tabula Rasa, which means blank slate.
Ooh.
And it's called that for a very good reason. You'll have to find out by listening.
All right. I
Love me a
consider
good
me
portmanteau.
intrigued. All right. And we have one last character today. Please introduce yourself.
One. We have 2 characters.
Yeah.
We have 2. Oh my god, I can't count.
2 players
I cannot
playing one
count.
character.
Can I count?
You
Two of
moved me,
you.
Daniel.
The 2 of you are playing
Right
one
in-
character.
See, the question
in the
is,
heart.
which one of you did I forget? Did I forget Renee or did I forget Nathan? Hey, Renee, tell us about yourself.
Hello, hi. I'm Renee. Renee's me. I'm going to be playing a certain Edwin Graham, moderately successful novelist and short story writer. I pride myself on my swing dancing skills, and I am secretly, perhaps not secretly, a douchebag.
Okay. Did we get the pronouns for your character?
Oh, yeah, he feels to me like a he, him.
Okay. And finally, not to be forgotten, let's introduce ourselves, Nathan.
No, it's too late, Dan. You've erased me from the timeline.
Okay. Oh no!
Evil
It
Nathan's
doesn't
gonna
feel
show
so
up.
good.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nathan, a regular around these parts. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Wendy Larson, a single mother with pronouns she, her, and, stuff has happened in her life, and none of it has been good, but, that's a character in a role-playing game, honestly. So,
Yeah, that's the role-playing game character. You're either a goofus or you have sad things going on.
sometimes both.
Yeah.
Sometimes both. It's a Venn diagram.
Like, nobody goes out adventuring and fighting cryptic mythological shit if everything is fine in their life, right?
Fair
This
enough.
is true, but this week you are not going to be going out and doing any crazy adventures.
Everything's
Although-
actually fine in my life. I have my beautiful wife, Sarah, and what else do I really need?
Yeah, and I have my fantastic husband, Eric, and he doesn't need anything else, so stop
Yeah.
asking.
All right.
Very healthy.
Well, I would note, I think one of the cool things about Unknown Armies is everybody needs to decide what their obsession is, because anybody who becomes sort of an adventurer has an obsession. But I don't think that super applies to you guys, because you guys are not adventurers, you are not occult undergrounders. You are all people who kind of only know each other because, well, except for our husband and wife, only really know each other because you all live in Linda Vista Estates. It's a lovely little suburban community outside a major city that does not concern us.
Outside of Redacted?
I was going to say.
I don't know if I want to put it outside of Redacted because that raises a lot of implications.
Look,
That it's
I mean,
As many implications as I raised during the finale.
yes.
I would treat it like Cosmere. Everything happens in the same universe.
See, the trick is that if it was up to me, it would be outside of Los Angeles, because I keep setting all of my games in Los Angeles. But we're just going to say it's outside of Redacted or Los Angeles or Juneau, Alaska. I don't really, probably not that. That probably doesn't.
Prince George?
Yeah, that's a Canada place, right?
Yes.
It is.
Okay. I don't. Anyway. Anyway, it doesn't concern us, which is why I've talked about it for quite some time, the city that this is outside of. You are all living in this suburban neighborhood, and you are all right now at a meeting that Linda Vista Management holds once a month about any concerns that are going on in the community, and all of you have been requested to attend. When the management requests you to attend, it's not really a question. It is a rainy Wednesday night. George Crookle, who is the administrator for Linda Vista Developments, is the chair of the meetings. And he is going over a list of infractions. Mr. Daniels, let's see here.
I'm sorry,
No,
Dr. Daniels, if you
It is. I would ask you not to interrupt.
And I would ask you, sir, to use my correct title when you were speaking to me.
If you continue to disrupt the meeting, we may need to impose another fine on you. Mr. Daniels, you may not have had the chance to fully examine the neighborhood council bylaws as you're demonstrating at the moment. They include the necessity of trimming your lawn area to between a half an inch and 1 inch, not before 9 a.m. and not after 7:30 p.m. I'm afraid your performance in this area is severely lacking. According to the bylaws, another infraction will result in a visit from the manager and a fine. But I'm sure it won't come to that now, will it? You have 2 days to correct this matter.
This is a fictional place, and I hate it here already.
Fucking
You are,
HOAs,
hey,
man.
Hey, it seems like you're getting the vibe. Mr. Daniels, would you like to make a comment?
Again, Dr. Daniel.
I'm sorry, Dr. Daniels. Would you like to make a comment? No. Oh, right, thank you. Moving on. Mr. Graham, it has come to our attention that you have been residing at number 2936 for more than 30 days, which is the maximum amount of time an unregistered guest may live within the estates. I'm afraid that we will need to levy a fine against your parents for failing to register your presence with the neighborhood council before they left. In their absence, you will have to pay or face eviction. Can you tell us exactly how long you'll be staying in number 2936? As only a resident can register a guest, the fines are likely to accrue. Do you have a comment or answer, Mr. Graham?
Has it really been that long?
You have been in residence for more than 30 days.
Oh, give or take a day, who's really to say? Am I right?
If you have nothing adequate to add, we will move on. Mrs. Larson. Oh, I apologize. Ms. Larson. You have hung You have hung curtains in your windows, which the other tenants can see from outside the building. As you should know, the neighborhood council has approved white or off-white blinds as a replacement for curtains, both for their neat appearance and for their non-combustibility, should there be a fire. I'm sure you can understand how this is a safety issue for your neighbors. Approved blinds may be purchased through Home Warehouse. Please remove your curtains before Monday. Do you understand, Ms. Larson?
You don't have any children, do you?
That
Ever
is
tried
not-
to keep anything white in a house with children?
The bylaws have been established. They were voted on by the community, of which many of them, I believe, have children.
I'll believe it when I see it. Sorry, continue. Yes, I'll take care of that. Asshole.
Mr. and Mrs. Bonneville.
Yes, no, I'll have to kindly thank you to address only me in all public manners and not my husband directly or indirectly. Thank you very much. I trust that you will do this in the future. It's okay, my
Eric's
dear Eric.
nodding behind her.
I understand that, Mr. Bonneville, you've been having recent health problems.
Again, you were addressing my husband. I would like you to not do that unless you would like to have an issue.
Several
legally.
residents have noticed that your door chime is non-standard. It actually deviates so far as to play a polyphonic wind bell sound. As I'm sure you are aware, in the interest of communal harmony, the council has approved the use of a muted church bell chime. I trust you will see to correcting this breach of regulations before it becomes a serious issue.
My sweet, you Did you install the doorbell?
Sarah, I need that. Yeah.
I understand. You installed it though, yes?
Yeah. Of course I did.
We will talk about this later. We will have to go and shop for a new doorbell, it would seem. Yes, thank you, Manager George, sir. This will be
Sarah.
remedied post-haste.
Sarah.
Yes, my
The
sweet.
noise. I need that.
I understand, but we have to play by the rules to an extent. Otherwise, someone might come and they might get between us.
He just gives you puppy dog eyes.
It's okay, my dear. And Sarah will pat you. It's okay. We will get through this together. You can count on me.
Of course, darling.
Thank you, Manager George.
Are you done speaking?
For the moment, yes.
All right. With the list of infractions, let's see here. And you see he's going through like an agenda that has been posted up. We now need to move on to our last announcement. And he nods to a group of 4 women at the back of the room. So the first thing you notice is that they're almost completely silent as they file their way forwards. They are all different ages. Ones that are probably 30s, ones that about her 50s, one in her 70s, and one probably in her 90s. They bear a strong family resemblance, maybe mothers and daughters. Each one kind of almost looks like just an aged up version of the same person. However, you don't get a great look at them because their black and gray dresses cover up most of their body, as do their long white gloves that go over their hands. The only skin that they've allowed to show is that of their faces, which are uniformly covered in very heavy makeup. They're an odd bunch.
Edwin is a little bit confused about it. Like, he makes a sign of the cross, thinking that they're nuns, then looks at the makeup like,
Yeah, no, these are not nuns. They're a little bit more fashionable than a nun. I must introduce you to one of our newest residents. This is Sarah. Please give your announcement, Sarah. Yes, I know one of you is also named Sarah, but that's just how that's how names go.
They're not talking about me, my dear Eric.
Yes, hello. My name is Sarah. I and my family have recently moved here to Linda Vista Estates. And with that, the manager pops in and says, "Could we get a round of applause for our new residents, please?" Yes, yes.
You may clapping.
Eric was glaring at this woman who had the audacity to steal his wife's name until she said that, and then he starts clapping.
Okay. Thank you. I come bearing slightly upsetting news. My daughter, Joy, has gone missing. She is a girl of she is 16 years old. Ooh, I gotta silence my phone.
She's texting you right now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm just at the Blockbuster.
Stop telling people I'm missing.
sometimes I can still hear her voice.
All right. Now I can't edit that out because it's fun. I'm not editing it. Let's not kid ourselves. Russell's editing it.
Yeah.
All right. My daughter, Sarah, is 17 years old. She has blonde hair and a... Did I say Sarah? Did I call the daughter Sarah?
You did.
You did say
did.
Sarah. You got Sarah on
There
the
can't
brain.
be 3 Sarahs. It's sort of fun that there's 2 Sarahs,
I mean,
but there can't be
consider.
3 Sarahs. Yeah.
Consider.
4 women
Okay.
all named Sarah.
Okay, let's get into it. No, not all the women are named Sarah. All right.
It was Joy, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Joy.
Joy, yeah.
Oh, like the title of the thing. I get it.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Joy and Sarah.
My daughter, Joy, has gone missing. She is 17 years old. She has lovely blonde hair and a very sunny disposition. It's not like her to do this. She is not a sullen teen, but she was out for the afternoon and disappeared. The authorities, however, have been notified, but I was hoping that if any of you saw my daughter, you would be able to inform me and we could recover her. She is sickly and she sometimes gets very confused. So if you do find her, please contact us. And she gestures to George, who picks up a big stack of business cards and goes around and hands them out to people. You know, take one, pass it down sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And it simply has the name Sarah and a cell phone number on it.
A cell phone in 1997?
It's 1999.
Yeah.
It's
in 1999?
Yes.
Right, fine.
It's, I mean, you know, she fancy, but they had cell phones in 1999.
Uh-huh. They had like those bricks with antennae on them.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that Eric doesn't get a business card.
Eric doesn't take a business card.
Of course not. He doesn't even reach for it because Sarah didn't tell him to.
Yeah.
Y'all got issues.
We're a perfectly normal couple.
Yeah,
Stop.
This is what love looks like.
Yeah. We're in love for real. For real.
No cap.
If anyone sees my little Joy tonight, please call me immediately. I and some of the Linda Vista private security guards will be searching the neighborhood, going door to door, because not everyone has been able to attend the meeting this evening. She is, as I said, delusional and needs to take her medicine immediately. So please, talking to her will only confuse her. Call me as soon as you can. I have given all of the photographs I have of her to the police, but I assume an unfamiliar blonde teenage girl will be easy enough to spot. She sort of stops talking, nods, and George says, well, with that, we will conclude this meeting. Thank you for attending. Our next meeting will take place, and he drones a little bit as Sarah and her family leave the room, and 2 security guards walk with them as well. Please keep a sharp lookout as you're driving home, everyone. Drive extra carefully. Good night. This concludes this month's meeting of the management board. Good night.
I look to my Sarah to see what we're doing next.
Right. Well, we'll have to talk about the doorbell situation, but... Well, what time is it?
7:30, my love.
AM or PM?
7:30 PM, my love.
Thank you, dear. Well, we should get home and get you cleaned up. Sarah will stand up and snap her fingers as she leaves.
Yep. Eric gets up just as soon as she stands up and is right behind her.
There may be something you want to do in here, but it probably, everybody's kind of filing out. It probably makes sense for y'all to go home, but don't let me tell you what to do.
I mean, she stood up and walked away. What am I supposed to do?
Well, yeah. Sarah told you what to do.
Yeah, and then she snapped. What? Like, of course.
But
that's what the snap means.
The Sarah who gave you the business cards, no H in the name. Your wife, Sarah, H in the name.
Good.
Of course.
The superior Sarah.
I didn't get to see the business card, so I don't.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. I don't need you to make that mistake, obviously.
Yeah. I never would.
I can't have any other Sarahs in your life.
Not even a chance encounter.
Nope.
All right, I'll
Does
go
it-
murder her if that's what you want me to do, babe.
Well, we'll see.
Y'all
Does it
got
make sense
issues.
for us? Does it make sense for us to hang out together, or are we just neighbors who just say hi to each other? Or
It's a big, like, you have to drive to go through the entire Linda Vista Estates area. You may not even know each other outside of just seeing each other in passing, or maybe you do know each other. I will say this, and this is the important thing to note. All of your lives are kind of miserable. Maybe you don't realize your life is kind of miserable, but that is the thing that you all have in common. Your lives are kind of miserable.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have the light of my life in my life.
Yeah. Same. I have everything I need in Eric,
Exactly.
and he has everything he needs
I
in
have-
me. And I
I
like
have
it that way.
absolutely everything I could ever need in Sarah.
No, we get it. We get it.
give me a C, give me an O, give me a codependency.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, Edwin is going to excuse himself. Well, no, he's not going to excuse himself, obviously. He's just going to leave, get into his Honda Accord,
Okay.
and drive to...
Insert name here. Place.
Whole Foods.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Popular
Well,
food chain in
yeah.
the redacted city.
Yeah, I definitely didn't edit that in later. No, we need to make this clearly edited in later. All right.
So, yeah.
you go and pick up some food,
Yeah.
and then you head home. The
Pretty much.
Bonvilles are heading home.
In our sporty yet practical Volkswagen.
Okay.
Yes.
That's out.
That's on the character sheet on Matt's. On
It is
Sarah's.
on the character sheet. And apparently I
Of course
drive
you
it.
do.
Unless your character sheet also says
No,
you drive.
of course you drive it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Wendy, what do you do?
I'm going home. I got
Just
a
going home.
kid. Screw this.
That is entirely fair. Dr. Daniels is going home as well, but Dr. Daniels, once he gets home, he's going to call insert pizza chain here.
Papa Luigi's Pizza, the closest thing to real pizza we're likely to see in our lifetime. Deny, defend, delicious.
And order some pizza.
Gotcha.
Wendy,
Yes.
I don't know, for some reason, it strikes me as canonically natural for Edwin to babysit your kids sometimes. But, like, they eat, like, chicken nuggets and watch TV all day kind of deal.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel him like that kind of character.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. Yeah. You probably know that then that I have a daughter. Her name is Madeline, and she's very young.
What are we talking, 4 or 5? Preschool age?
Character sheet says 3, but I don't know how long it's been since the events described in the character sheet, so we'll say 3 to 5, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't need to get too particular about it. 4,
I absolutely
5.
show her horror movies.
All right. So, you've all made it home. Pizza is delivered to one of you. And
Eric
thing
makes Sarah her favorite meal.
Thank you, darling.
What is it?
oh, yeah, what is it?
Well, seeing as according to this character sheet, I'm an intellectual woman of Asian American descent, it's cheeseburgers and fries.
Fuck yeah.
Of course.
Potato
All right.
bun.
I could go for some Wendy's.
Yeah.
What? Anyway, sorry.
Hey, yo!
I mean,
There it is.
your character is always eating Wendy's, right? Like, because that's your
Fuck.
name.
That's how you got your name, right?
You're named after the fast food chain.
Would you believe it genuinely
All right.
didn't click with me and I just genuinely had a small craving for Wendy's right now?
You gotta get a Baconator. I get it.
Well, yeah.
They
There's
got
not enough
that,
bacon on the bacon.
I think that Dave Thomas still doing the commercials in '99.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Very much so.
Okay. Now, as you are all sort of getting through your stuff and whatnot, actually, you notice something weird in your house. Each one of you notices something weird in your house.
Oh, no.
There's a door there that wasn't there before. A door that should not exist, really cannot exist. I'm not quite sure where it is in each one of your houses. It's in a slightly different place. There are different models within the subdivision, so you have slightly different houses as well. But there is a door that should not be there.
2 questions.
Yes?
Is the door in a wall, or is it freestanding?
It is in a wall. It is in a
Okay.
wall, yes.
And question 2, I'm assuming it's in the same room in every house? Just the rooms are in, like, a different floor plan location type deal?
No.
Oh, okay. Then what room is it in my house?
Pick one.
Whatever room you want it to be in. The significance of the room is not
Nice.
important.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I see what you're trying to do there, but it does not matter the room. It is a place where a door could sort of fit on a wall.
Okay. Probably in, like, a hallway. Just
Yeah.
an extra door appears.
Yeah, an extra door on the hallway.
Okay, my first thing is just going to be to open it. So
Okay.
if you guys have stuff to do before I do that,
Well, you all have
Yes.
something to do before you do that, which is I need you to make a rank 2 unnatural check.
Yeah, I remember how to play this game, and I definitely read the whole
Yeah.
book.
I definitely know exactly what you mean about a rank 2 unnatural
I was going
roll.
to explain it to you.
No,
okay?
but this is
I
way
know-
funnier.
It is.
So, in Unknown Armies, you have several different stresses that you can have. In the second edition, which we're technically playing, it's called the Madness Meter. They've changed it to just be called stresses in third edition, which I think is better than just saying any of this is madness. But regardless, for you guys, if you were hardened to the unnatural, which is something you could do, you get points to be like, once you've seen a wizard throw a fireball, seeing a wizard throw a fireball isn't that impressive. But I don't believe any of you have any hardened notches in unnatural. If you look at your sheets, I believe you all have 0 hardened notches. So,
I've seen some violence, but
yeah.
not much unnatural.
Yes. If you had a 2 or higher hardened, this 2 unnatural check would mean nothing to you. This is like, oh, weird door, another day. But this is not just another day for you guys. So, I need you all to make a mind roll. That's just a straight roll on your mind stat. Roll a d100, try to roll below it.
Fantastic. I rolled exactly 1 below my mind of 50, so I got 49.
I have failed with a 68 out of 50.
I have also failed with a 76 out of 65.
I failed with an 83 out of 60.
I rolled a 3 out of 70.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right. If you succeeded, mark that you have, I don't know, I know I gave you digital character sheets, but mark somewhere that you are now, oh, Shannon over here printed it out. Taking notes. Love it.
Shannon always
I
prints
also
them out.
printed out Sarah's and the rules.
So what you're going to do is, if you succeeded at your check, you're going to mark that you are now hardened 1 to the unnatural. You are slightly more able to deal with seeing unnatural things. If we were doing a whole campaign, even getting very hardened to things is also bad for you. For instance, like if you get very hardened to violence, it'll just be like, oh, I see somebody die in front of me. It doesn't mean anything. Like that's also not the sign of a healthy person.
Generally not.
If
True.
you get too hardened to unnatural, you'd be like, yeah, I guess there are no rules about how existence works whatsoever. Anything could happen to me at any time. However, if you failed, you need to mark that you have now 1 failed notch. If you ever get 5 failed notches, you don't go crazy, because that's not quite what it is, but you're going to take quite a bit of psychological harm if you ever get 5 failed notches.
Oh, I'm so glad that I'm starting with 3 fails in one of my things.
Fun.
Oh, good.
Now, if you failed, you also need to react. You have 3 reactions you could have when you fail: fight, flight, or freeze. You either are like, I gotta run away from this thing that I saw, I've got to attack this thing I saw, or maybe open the door in this case, or you freeze up completely. This is usually more of an issue in a very stressful situation. At this point, it's just a door in your house. The door does not appear to be attacking you in any way. But
Yet.
if I could hear what each person is doing.
Easy answer for old Eric. Freeze.
Naturally. So I think probably what happened was Sarah told you to go clean up. So I'm going to let you actually decide where in the house you encountered the door in your process of cleaning up.
I think maybe like the utility room, like the laundry. Yeah. So like he was getting ready to throw a load of clothes in, and he sees the door and just stops moving.
Okay.
After a certain amount of time, Sarah will be like, "My sweet? My dear?" And go and find you and see the door. And then just sort of like see that you've frozen up and just come up behind you and like wrap her arms around you and like a hug from behind.
Aww.
And like whisper in your ear, "Are we all right? Did we install this door recently? I don't remember this one."
He's just very clearly not supposed to be here. All right. So that's what the Bonvilles are doing. Wendy, what are you doing? How do you see the door, and then what do you do?
Presumably, I just am walking through my house, put my child to sleep. I know it's 7:30. I'm being very, very wishful thinking on my part. But
at this point, you just want your evenings back. I know.
a little bit. And I just walk by the door and I kind of notice it and I'm like, and I stop. And now unnatural is my fear stimulus.
Okay.
I know that doesn't quite matter yet, but it is, well, unfortunately freezing does me no good at the moment. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna open the door. Fight response. I open the door because what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
All right. Edwin, I think you were saying, originally before we even made a roll, you were like, I'm opening that fucking door. What are we doing, Edwin?
Yes, I still open the fucking door, but before I do, can I grab a baseball bat?
Sure.
Then yes, I do not play baseball. I have no interest in the sport at large. I do
Go Dodgers.
I do own a fairly heavy baseball bat. So I'm going to grab that and open the door.
All right. And Dr. Daniels?
Like, this has piqued his academic curiosity.
Of course.
He's also going to open the door, but not with, like, aggression in mind, more with, like, what's this?
All right. It opens to, and Bonville's, I will want you to open the door eventually, because this is where the adventure is. But it opens to a long hallway with bare white walls and floor. And you see at the end it's about 5 feet to a much, much larger room that you see ahead of you.
Wait, the hallway is 5 feet tall?
No, did I say 5 feet?
Yeah.
I meant 50. I was supposed to say 50 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes more
Sorry.
sense.
Okay. So,
That's
50 foot
such
hallway.
a long hallway.
Yeah.
I was like,
well,
damn, that's short.
No, I said
mean-
the wrong thing.
I mean, I am 5'1", so thank you.
Yeah.
It's
I guess
one
it's not
Renee
a-
away.
Yeah. I guess it's not a long hallway. It's a short hallway, but it's not a 5-foot hallway. Let's say it's about 50 feet of a walk. It's not too far.
I think
Yeah.
we switched measuring units. It's 10 Renees.
Okay.
There you
it's
go.
10
Right.
Renees.
Minus
10 Renees.
minus 10 inches.
Yeah.
No, let's say 10 Renees. It's a little further. It's
Yeah.
10 Renees long.
I got denied my
exactly
one
10
good
Renees.
inch.
It's 10 Renees long. And no, this means that the world has gotten larger to apply your inch there, Renee.
Yeah.
This
the
world
extra
is already
inch, yeah.
built by giants and for giants. I can't fucking reach anything anywhere.
Well, regardless, you see that there is what looks like a large room at the end of this little hallway. What do each of you do?
Dr. Daniels is going to make sure he has his Palm Pilot with him.
Okay.
Because any wannabe rich, snooty professor has to have a Palm Pilot in 1999. And yeah, so he's gonna then go down the hallway and be prepared to take some notes, because this could, publish or perish, and this could be interesting.
Okay.
Edwin is also going down the hallway, his respective hallway, but he is prepared to take some swings.
All right.
Sarah will, make her way to the front of Eric and look him in the eyes, see that he's still a little bit shaken, and, fix your shirt, make sure you're nice and neat for her, and then, place a hand gently on your cheek to, try to get your attention again, and be like, my sweet, it's okay.
Yes, darling.
Whatever's behind this door, it cannot take us apart. There is no force in the universe that I would allow for that to happen.
Me either, my love.
I know, sweet. Let's go through the door and see what's on the other side. We can't be having a mystery on our hands, can we?
With that, I think Eric is the one who actually opens the door.
Okay.
Because Sarah told me to.
Renee's gonna take an unnatural check because this is so cringe. I think I'm going nuts.
And Wendy, how are you entering?
Considering I'm a bit in a state right now on account of the fact that, obviously,
Yeah.
I just open the door and go in.
You just march straight in?
Yep.
All right. Well, I know that some of you went quickly, some of you hesitated, some of you got home and saw the door pretty quickly, some of you went grocery shopping, some of you ordered a pizza. Regardless, you all enter a chamber in this hall at the end of the hallway at the same time from your various homes. It is a library of great size. It's about 3 stories tall as you're looking up, and there are alcoves all over the place. Things seem to extend quite a bit further back, but you can't quite tell how large this is, because not only are there bookshelves kind of built into alcoves, there's also just random other bookshelves covering almost every single place in this library. And they're just stuffed to the brim with books on books on books on books. And you all see that there's a little path leading to the center of the library, where there is a large round table around which are a dozen chairs, and sitting at the head of the table is a blonde girl.
Well, this is all rather cute. They installed a library for us here in the Linda Vista Estates.
I'm gonna assume that this blonde girl looks about 17 years old.
Yeah. Well, the blonde girl, actually, as you're approaching, she's sort of lovely, in a sort of classically beautiful sort of way. First, you think like, oh, I thought something's wrong with her. She doesn't appear to be white like her mother, but nobody's skin is that. And then you realize that every single bit of exposed skin that she has is covered by black writing. There is a spindly script written over every single part of her body. Little bits of flesh are exposed, not covered by it, but there's just a lot of writing all over her body. She's wearing a plain white dress, black shoes. They're just patent leather shoes. She's swinging her legs back and forth, kind of waiting impatiently as you are entering into the library.
I got 2 questions. First, do we enter and all see each other?
You do, yes.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. I thought we kind of skipped over it.
Yeah. There are also, well, you see this girl right as you're walking in as well. So I thought, but yeah, you all come in through different doors, all
Right.
different hallways that seem to probably all lead back to your respective apartments. But each one of you has ended up in this same library.
Okay, I forgot my second question. So anyway, Edwin is going to look at the nearest person to his right and go, "You seeing this too, right?"
Yeah, I'm seeing this.
All right. As you are seeing this, by the way, this is more, you've dealt with the unnatural space of your door. That's also kind of considered here in seeing this weird library. But seeing this girl all covered in bizarre tattoos, maybe, and this giant library, I need you to make me one more rank 2 unnatural check.
What does the rank 2 part mean?
That means if you are hardened 2,
Yeah,
it
you
does
said
not affect you. Yes.
Hey, I
Gotcha.
succeeded this time.
Well, I just rolled a 46, so another success.
Oh, I succeeded this time. 38.
Great.
And that's another success for me with a 48.
28.
I got an 80 on my percentile and a 10 on my D10.
So that means
So
you
that's
just got
the
an
one.
80. That means you got
Okay.
an 80.
Okay, cool.
So that means you probably failed, I believe.
Yeah, big time.
Okay. Okay. So mark another failed notch.
Fuck.
And do you fight, flight, or freeze?
Eh,
Oh, I should note one thing. These are not the roles to do it for, but if you look at your character sheet, you will see that you have what are called stimuluses. Or is that
Stimuli.
what they're called? Yeah.
Yes.
Or your passions, or your stimuluses. Stimuli? Yeah.
Stimuli.
Stimuli.
Yeah.
Stimuli.
Once per session, if what is happening is related to one of those stimuli, tell me that is related to one of your stimuli that are already on your character sheet, and I will let you re-roll your roll.
okay,
So
good stuff.
is that once for each of the stimuli or once?
Once for each of the stimuli.
Okay, cool.
Can
Yeah.
you do the flip flop too?
You could flip-flop them. Yeah, I'll let you flip-flop them as well. Yeah, you could either re-roll or flip-flop.
I did read some rules. I did not read all 300 pages of the rule book.
It's a cool
Okay.
book.
It is.
Yeah, all right. So how do you enact, Renee? Edwin?
Fight, flight, or fornicate? No.
Freeze.
Freeze? Right.
Horror podcast, not horny podcast.
We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe
yeah.
we shouldn't.
I think I'm gonna freeze. Because I think I might be high or something.
It's a fair guess, honestly.
Yeah.
Come in, the girl says. I'm glad you made it here. Come on in, take a seat.
Yeah, Dr. Daniels is gonna, he's completely nonplussed. He's, again, curious more than anything. He's gonna approach the table. Joy, I presume.
Yes, you're Dr. Daniels, right?
That is correct. That is some interesting script that you have written on you there.
Yeah, it was kind of painful when it got put on.
I can imagine.
But we're not here to talk about pain. We're here to talk about joy. Well, and pain. Come on in, take a seat. All of you, come over, please, take a seat.
Yes, it's very nice. Sarah's going to immediately pull out her cell phone, because this is Joy, and we're told to call when we find Joy. Do I have
You do
signal?
not have signal inside this
course not.
library.
That's unsurprising. Eric, stay here for a bit. I don't think I have reception in here. I'm going to go back through the hallway and call.
You're leaving?
No, you're right. Come along. It would be rude to leave you here in this place.
Please,
One of these
please.
people might.
If you could wait a moment. Come on in, please.
Do you know that your parents are very worried about you? And I suspect that they're not going to approve of your new tattoos.
They gave me the tattoos.
Who?
My mother. She
Sarah?
wrote them on my skin. Yes. I'm sorry that she did that to you.
Did what? To us? She's just looking for...
She
You?
wrote
Oh.
on my skin. I'm sorry that she did that to you. Please, I can explain.
Hun, you seem confused. Eric, don't pay much attention to this one. She seems very confused. Also, we were told specifically not to speak with her, and we are breaking that rule right now. I find that everyone here does not seem to be of mind of rules. I mean, granted, we were all in a meeting that we had been breaking rules, but I feel like I'm the only one who is paying attention.
Okay. So are we? I was expecting like the door not to work or something.
No, the
I
door-
was expecting
no, you
us
can-
not to be able to.
No, you can
leave.
leave at any time, which is why I kind of want you to maybe lean towards being curious and seeing what this is about so I can explain what's going on. But the door is completely valid. You can walk through the door at any time.
We just leave. Matt and I.
Yeah.
Matt and I get off the call.
Yeah, thanks for guesting with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. We're gone.
All right. Check out Crow's Codex, Rusty Glitchface. You know, it's...
Rusty Glitchface, all that stuff. Now, to play nice, because I actually do want to see this.
Hey,
yeah.
hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Let me do a thing.
Okay.
Sarah, my darling, should we at least hear what she has to say? This is weird. I want to know what she said. What she meant by that. Could you ask her?
Oh, Eric, my sweet. Of course I would do that for you. Let's find out together what this is all about.
All right. She gestures towards the chairs and says, "So, hi, I'm Joy. And you're Eric, Sarah, Edwin, Wendy, and Martin."
Please don't speak to Eric, by the way.
Well, I'm going to need to talk to all of you.
No.
I don't think that's
For
true,
real.
but do go on with the rest of what you were going to say.
Do you all know each other?
Unfortunately.
Wow.
I've seen you around.
Correct.
I don't want to waste your time, and we don't have a lot of time, but I have to do this. This is how it works. Wendy, and the girl looks straight in your eyes. Wendy, why are you unhappy?
Dude, you can't just ask somebody that.
I'm not. I have Madeline. What else do I need? I'm not unhappy.
Edwin, you know Wendy a little bit. Is Wendy happy?
I look at Wendy. See the little crow's feet at the corners of her eyes and the dark circles, and
Oh, they are not little. They are severe.
yeah, the fact that she hasn't worn makeup in probably a few years, or did her nails or anything like that, any sort of self-care. I mean, I've met your little girl. She's a child. And you know, children are our pride and joy. What's not to be happy about, right?
You don't need to lie. Wendy, you could tell me what made you unhappy.
I have some people in my life missing. Why are you asking me this?
Why did they go missing?
There was an accident.
She walks up to you, she points at a little part of her hand. And you look at the script on her hand and it says, "The brakes went out." I'm sorry.
How did
I'm
you...
sorry that my mother did that to you.
What?
Edwin, why are you unhappy?
You know, they just don't make nothing like they used to, you know?
Edwin, maybe we'll come back to you in a second.
I was thinking I'm gonna try to get her off my back because I am absolutely not discussing my inner thoughts with these people.
Okay, make a lie roll for me.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna blather on about how they make nothing like they used to, and how you reach 30 and your warranty expires and you just start falling apart.
Okay,
Blah, blah, blah,
make
blah,
a
blah,
lie
blah.
roll. We'll see if people believe you or not.
Lie is... I am so sorry. Where is my lie?
It's a soul skill.
Oh, okay. I succeeded by 2. I rolled a 48.
Okay. Other people believe you. Sarah, I keep saying Sarah. Joy looks at you and says, I just need you to tell me the truth. Martin.
Please, Dr. Daniel.
Why are you unhappy?
This would relate to my fear stimulus. Specifically, anyone who questions your personal life.
Same.
I'm not... To be clear, we need to talk about why you're sad so we can bring you joy. This library, she gestures upwards, is a recording of the greatest joys different humans have felt over the years. When this world ends, and it will end, it always ends, everything goes away, except for this. Your joys are what keep everything going.
The world will end, you say?
Looking for something new to distract you during the inferior holidays between now and Halloween? Look no further than Black Plague, a new Delta Green podcast following a gang of varied experts investigating some mysterious disappearances and an even more mysterious sickness in Alaska in the distant year of 2024. You want bespoke music? They've got you covered. You want consistent sound quality? They've got that too, also out. As an added bonus, it's new enough you can start listening and be in the circle of death faster than you can train a horse to speak. I don't know why I used that example, don't worry about it, it still works. Check them out wherever you get podcasts.
Hey, Russell, what are you doing with that old skull over there?
Necromancy!
Hey, what did you do to me?
Don't worry, I'll have you out of there in time for the next episode of Daniel's Dread Tales. Yeah, probably.
I don't like probably.
Anything kicking around there in the meantime? Maybe someone from Dice Fiends can help with this.
Have you ever played Peekaboo? Bursting his eyes like superheated eggs. I am Heinz.
The Imaginary Broadcast Network is happy to return Wrath and Story to the air. This episode's now streaming on Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts, hopefully.
Wait, what am I thinking? Obviously this is job for Crow's Codex.
Question. Who's we?
What do you mean?
So we can bring you joy. Who's we?
The cosmos. I guess not really we. I'm sorry. It's been and she's sort of losing her, like, calm, sort of, like, sage-like thing going on. I guess I'm not really we, just more of the cosmic sort of we, the invisible clergy. Some of them are royal. The invisible clergy, which exists after the universe is rebooted, but that doesn't matter. What matters is your joys.
During this whole interaction, you see Martin has pulled out his Palm Pilot and he's like furiously writing on it and kind of hoping that it will properly transcribe what he's written.
Yeah.
Eric leans in to Sarah and says, I bet our wedding's in there.
Of course it is. That's probably the best day of my life.
No.
And I end your life.
Sarah looks and hears you whispering and says,
Joy!
Fuck me! God damn it!
You did this to yourself, Daniel!
I thought it would be fun to have two characters named Sarah, but god damn it, now there's 3 in my mind. Okay. Joy leans down, like, between the two of you as you're whispering. Her head, like, appears right next to both of you very quickly. And says, well, I don't know if that's true. But we need you to write it down. That's why you're here.
Of course it's true. Why would it not be true? Eric, my sweet, it's true. Don't worry about it.
Of course it's true, darling.
Eric, why are you unhappy?
Do not address Eric. Eric, you don't
I'm
have
not
to
really
answer
talking.
that. We are perfectly happy.
Sarah, I could talk to you in a second.
You were talking to us right now?
Actually, I'm talking to Eric. Eric, why are you unhappy?
I could see Sarah's like ready to explode.
Eric looks to Sarah and says, "What does she mean?"
I have no idea what she's getting at. Eric, you're not unhappy at all.
Can you tell her that?
Because we have each other.
Can you tell her I'm
Of course
not
I can tell her
unhappy
that.
at all?
Of course, man. We're not unhappy at all, and I don't really like that you're trying to drive a wedge between us right now.
Yeah, you're making a lot of assumptions, young lady.
I'm only here to help. And she turns to Wendy. You've told me why you're unhappy, so you can help me with this. And she reaches under the table and pulls out, which is weird because it's not like a desk, it's just a table. But she just pulls out from underneath the table a leather-bound book and a fancy pen. Actually, no. It's just like a ballpoint pen. She opens up the book to a blank page and puts it right in front of you, Wendy. Wendy, if you could, I need you to write down the happiest moment in your life. This is a gift. Your joy will exist throughout all of existence for all time. I want you to share your love and your joy forever. And Nathan, I'm going to need you, when you are ready, I need you to write down what you think Wendy's happiest moment is. Needs to take up a full page.
A full page?
Make sure you tell me everything. You could skip lines if you want to, but I need you to, yeah.
Oh, thank God I'm doing this in one of these, like, pocket notebooks. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll be right back. I need a smaller
Same.
notebook.
Yeah.
Now I'm the one who is actually prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. Just put some thought into it while you're doing that.
Okay.
And
This might take a bit.
and Joy sort of looks at the rest of you and says, "Why are you unhappy?"
I turn to Sarah and I say, "Can you tell her I'm unhappy when you're not around?"
Of course. So, sweet Eric is unhappy when I'm not around because I'm everything that he needs in this world.
He's nodding again.
She ponders for a moment and then points at a sentence that's on her left arm. What does it actually say? It's something similar to that, but what does the sentence say?
Boy.
It's a very normal thing you're about to say.
I'm unhappy. It is a very normal thing.
So what it says, this is the thing that happened that messed things up. So with Wendy, it was the brakes failed. Like, that's a very, like, this is a specific event when something happened. When is it the thing that happened?
What if it's when they got together?
It could be that. It could be that.
Yeah, I mean, that checks out.
Yeah. So I think it says, like, their first date, like, what that was. It's like a bar near campus is what it says. It doesn't say anything else. It just says a bar near campus.
Yeah.
If Sarah sees that, that would probably trigger her fear stimulus because that would indicate that she is somehow the cause of Eric's decline.
What? No, we did not spend all day talking about that.
Yeah. Well, so Joy is kind of trying to point at it very discreetly. So Eric will read it, but it's very hard to actually read this. As she points, it kind of is highlighted on her arm, at least that Eric is able to see it.
So I'm able to read it.
Yeah.
And Sarah's not.
Yes. As you are looking at that, you hear a knock. A loud knock echoes through the library.
Come in.
I look to Sarah.
And, like, weirdly, Dr. Daniels, I guess all of you can tell that it's coming from Dr. Daniels' apartment. Or house, not apartment. Now, that shouldn't make sense. That's not really how sound waves work. But you know for sure that it is a knock at Dr. Daniels' front door.
It's okay. We're in a nonsense zone. We can do whatever we need.
And Joy looks up and says, "That'll be my mother."
I should probably go take that, shouldn't I?
You should. I don't want to see her, though.
They won't see the door on their side, will they?
They won't see it. It's not visible from the front door.
That's fair. Okay.
Also, Nathan, let me know when you're done writing.
Dr. Daniels is going to go and answer his front door.
All right.
Writing is hard.
You should
Yeah.
bring them in here, Doctor.
I should not. I do not trust her mother. I have my thoughts about what her mother is.
Yeah.
The mother. What do you mean? What she is? This isn't some. This isn't one of my short stories. You know, about crazy lizard people conspiracies. The girl is disturbed.
You see Sarah, the girl's mother, Sarah.
Not to be confused with Matt Sarah.
Yeah.
Right. Sarah with an
Yeah, a
H, so
different
Sarah.
No, you're Sarah. You're Sarah with an H.
You're the superior Sarah.
Of
Yes.
course.
The extra letter makes me better.
Everyone knows that.
You see that the other women and a pair of security guards are like sitting like at the street level, but this Sarah has walked up to your door, like walked up a little bit and says, "Hello, I'm looking for my daughter.
Sarah, correct?
Her name is Joy.
Oh, no,
But
your
yes,
name.
my name is Sarah."
Greetings, Sarah. I am Dr. Daniels.
Yes, thank you. Have you seen her?
I have not.
You haven't. I need you to make a lie roll.
Okie dokie.
I have a question about the skills. So each person has one skill that's bolded. Is that significant, or does that mean anything?
That is your best skill. That is your obsession skill. That is the thing that defines you and drives you. You can always flip-flop that skill. So if you roll a 63, you can turn it into a 36.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mine's notice, because I'm always noticing Sarah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mine is
Okay.
childcare because obviously.
Mom
So-
powers.
Can I apply my fear stimulus to this, since this is somebody kind of poking into my personal affairs?
What's your fear stimulus? Could you read it?
Anyone who questions your personal life.
This isn't your personal life.
Okay. Then I failed.
Sorry. Okay.
I failed miserably.
She's in there, isn't she? Have you been to the library yet?
Library? What are you talking about?
Don't play games with me. I need you to bring me my daughter. Why are you unhappy, Dr. Daniels?
What is it any business of yours?
I'm sorry. I should make it clear. Would you like to be happy?
That's not something that you can provide me with. However,
It is. If you bring me the girl, I just need to remove it. Then it will be like it never happened. It only hurts her for a moment to rip it off. Bring her to me.
if you bring me a warrant, I will consider letting you into my home. Good evening. And I close the door.
You see her walk away.
I go back to the library. So, Joy, yeah, that was your mother.
She's trying to keep a calm face, but she is like a little scared when you mention the mother. Yeah. When she...
I'm going to ask you a question. Since you have been asking all of the questions here, what is she? She is not normal.
She is sorrow. They're all sorrows. They come to me. They take me out of this library, and then they write their sorrows on me, all over my body. I've had them for as long as I can remember. I think the first ones were inscribed right as I was born.
And she mentioned being able to remove them.
Yes, it really hurts. I understand why she does it. Her mother did it to her, and then her mother did it to her. They take us out, and then eventually I'm not a joy anymore. But that doesn't matter. What matters is the joy. Are you done writing, Wendy?
I did.
Okay. And she picks up the book and she does a quick read of it.
Healthy, happy, and alive. She was perfect. She still is. I was so desperate to have something, anything, and I got everything. In that moment, I had everything again.
This is excellent. Thank you, Wendy. Eric.
I look to Sarah.
Yes, what would you like to ask, Eric?
I'm asking Eric.
Yes, through me, yes.
Eric already saw the thing that makes them unhappy. Are you...
It's being away from me, correct, yes.
I think he stiffens up a little.
Okay, well, if we're not going to talk through this, that's fine. Sarah, why are you unhappy?
I'm not unhappy. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm unhappy because I'm in a library being asked questions by a little girl.
Dr. Daniels, Edwin, why are you unhappy?
I think Dr. Daniels is going to look at Joy and say, I caused it all to fail.
She walks over and points at a sentence on her arm. No, actually, this one's on her thigh, which maybe is a little awkward, but...
It's Dr.
It says,
Daniels.
Yeah. It says, you knew you deserved better.
And I did deserve better.
Thank you for telling me that. She grabs the book. Now that you've shared what makes you sad, if you could take this right here and write what makes you happy, your greatest joy. And if you will get out your notebook and a pen and write that down for me. And as you begin to write, there's another knock. It's coming from Wendy's door.
I guess I should go answer that.
As you go and open the door, you see two of the women standing there with the rest of them and the security guard standing by the road. And this woman says to you, have you seen my daughter Joy? I know you were at the meeting, but have you seen her anywhere?
No, can't say that I have.
Roll lying.
Which stat is that again?
It's a soul stat, but you should have a skill.
My listed soul skills are charm and soothe, so...
Okay, so just make a soul roll.
Yeah. So that's a flat 9.
Nice.
That's a complete success.
Yes. Yeah, no, I haven't seen her at all. Sorry.
Please let us know if you see her. It's very important that we find her.
Oh, trust me, you'll be the first to find out.
The second woman begins to sniff the air a little bit.
I closed the door before she can do shit.
All right.
Probably smells like chicken nuggets and kid
Yeah.
bubble bath.
And I lock the door, like, I lock everything in the house just to be safe.
Yeah. Yeah. How's your kid doing?
Seemingly fine. You know, children are inconsistent, but for the sake of the story, I'm going to say sleeping peacefully.
Okay, great.
There you go.
All right. Meanwhile, back in the library, Joy is looking at the three of you who have not yet told her the real reason why you are sad.
I mean, I saw it. Does that not
You
count?
did see it. It might count. She kind of is more used to people saying it directly, but I don't know if she's ever met codependent people before. This might be a new one for her.
The final boss of joy.
Yeah.
Edwin, what would you say is the reason you're unhappy? Nobody comes to this place if they're not unhappy.
Edwin looks around the somber library, looks at a little girl, well, young girl, who's asking some poignant questions, and something breaks in him, and he goes, I'm a fraud.
What do you mean?
I'm nothing. I don't have any talent. I didn't deserve any of it. The praise, the money, the stupid little autographs. It wasn't mine. I stole it.
And she points on the palm of her hand is written, "It was so old, no one was ever going to know it wasn't yours." There is a knock at the Bonville's door.
Oh, those are the last people we need to talk to them.
Yeah. Eric, please wait for me here. You will be okay without me. I am here with you in spirit always. But please remain here for a moment. I will tend to the door. I do not need them seeing into our house and the way you live. I'll be back soon.
The way you live.
Okay, I love you.
Makes it sound so
Be
much
safe.
worse.
I love you too.
Hang on, lady. What are you going to do out there?
I'm going to go answer the door, because I'm in charge of the household, and it is my duty.
Fair enough.
As they're walking out, Joy now looks over at you, Eric, and says, "Eric, why are you unhappy?"
I just look down at the floor and very quietly, "Your arm has to be wrong."
It's not your fault that this happened. They did it. When they wrote it on there, they spread the sorrow to you, and they spread the sorrow to her. You're both hurting. No, they took something that should have been beautiful and used it to hurt you.
But she's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
I can't. I need her. She can't be what makes me unhappy.
There was a time maybe she could have been the one who makes you happy. Maybe it could be again, but they knew.
Joy, be here. I've completed writing.
Oh, great. And she takes it, reads it.
The greatest day in my life was the day that I got my PhD. It made everything I had done to get there, the mistakes I had made, the lives I had ruined, worth it. My life started there. The world was my oyster, and all I had to do was claim it. With those ideals in mind, and the future as bright as it seemed, I was to grab it with my own two hands. I will make all of my dreams a reality, and then everything will be worth it.
This is really good. Thank you. Thank you. And she presents the book to either Eric or Edwin. I don't know which one of you wants to write first.
I lock eyes with Eric.
Nope. You look at, like, I don't know, he's looking down. Like, he's not locking eyes with anyone. He is looking at the floor.
I attempt to lock eyes with Eric.
He's clearly not reaching out for the book in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll take the book, I guess. I mean, I am a writer?
Yeah.
Question mark?
You think you are.
Just tell me. Just write the most joyful moment in your life. Meanwhile, at the front door of the Bonville's house, there are now 3 of these women standing at the door, and the lead one, Sarah, is knocking.
Sarah will open the door and look at all 3 of them, hand on her waist.
As you were, by the way, as you're looking at them now, you realize that, like, their heavy makeup is covering up black writing that's on their bodies.
Sarah Bonville is just, like, looking them up and down, very visibly disapprovingly, and I think she knows what's up, but she's going to ask anyways because it puts them on the defensive. So she asks, "What is the meaning of this?"
Oh, I do hate to interrupt.
And yet you do so.
We're looking for I'm looking for my daughter, her granddaughter. we're looking for our daughter, Joy. You were at the meeting. You heard about it. You haven't seen her.
Yes.
A young blonde girl.
We were all at the meeting, and it's very interesting that you would take time out of your precious evening to come and speak to me directly, considering that you've already given me your business card and taken our time at the meeting.
You'll have to excuse me. I'm just trying to find
I don't
my
think
daughter.
that's true. I understand that your daughter is very important to you, but you have to understand that it is common courtesy to allow people to get back to you in matters of business like this. Now, I have your business card, I have your number, and if I am to encounter your daughter, I will call you as instructed. Is there a reason why you've come to my domicile, in addition to giving me this instruction?
The lead woman, Sarah, the other Sarah, narrows her eyes, and the other two women there stiffen as you're sort of saying this. And Sarah says, "Do you know where my daughter is?"
Well, I can tell you where your daughter isn't, and it is not in this household. Perhaps you'd have a better chance finding lost people at the house of someone who cares more. Perhaps that Edwin fellow. And I would like to try to charm them into going and knocking on Edwin's door instead.
Is this a charm situation? It strikes me as you
She's not handing
out-Karening
over
that.
the daughter.
I think this is maybe more of a lying situation.
Well, I didn't lie. I said I know where she isn't, and that's my house. The library is not
That is
my
true.
house.
Okay, if you want, this isn't fucking Magic Genie rules.
Look, you just engaged in Karen to Karen combat, and frankly, it was kind of awesome, so...
Yeah.
We'll make a roll.
Okay. I will roll one way or the other. That is a 32. If that is charm, that is a success. If that is lie, that is not.
We'll go check out this Edwin's house. But before we go, I know you're unhappy.
Yes, I'm quite livid right now that you're interrupting
No,
my
no,
evening.
no.
I should be at home with my husband, loving him and telling him that everything is okay.
She has sort of put her foot in the door frame, so you're not going to be able to slam the door on her.
She learned.
Break her foot. Do it.
Your life is not what you want. You may think you're happy, but you could be so much happier. And we can make that happen. Just bring her out. If you bring her out of the library to us, we can rip off what made you unhappy. It will be like it never happened. Your husband will be made right for you. You will be made right for him. Don't you want a real happy marriage? Surely this isn't what you envisioned. You see your husband every day, wither and wither away, as what was once him becomes you. The man you fell in love with is disappearing before your eyes. It's too late to get him back. You've killed him, but it can come back. Just bring the girl to me.
Sarah is going to hear these words while she's staring eye lasers into the foot that's been stuck into her doorway and yell intruder and then kick at this woman's knee.
All right, I need you to make a struggle roll.
Struggle? Interesting.
So if you roll lower than your skill in struggle, you're going to absolutely succeed. If you roll below your body but above your struggle skill, you will sort of succeed.
Okay. That's a pretty good chance, actually, because I got a good body. Don't read into that.
Giggity.
No. You were right, my darling.
So I rolled an 80. However, okay, I'm going to flip-flop it to make that an 8.
And what is your fear stimulus that you're activating?
That somehow you're the cause of Eric's decline, and that you may be left alone if you admitted it and ended the marriage. She pretty directly said that.
Okay, so you flip-flop it to, I guess that'd be an 8, right?
Yep, that's below the 15%
No,
of
an
my
8's
struggle.
pretty good. You push her out and you slam the door.
And Sarah's going to scream behind it, and they will definitely hear it from the other side of the door. She's going to scream so loud that even the people in the library might hear her.
Can we?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm up and running to our door immediately. Like, ready to fucking fight someone.
Wait, you're going to need to write it, but you're gone.
I'm gone.
If once I see that he's like up and going, can I go after him?
Joy says, if we could finish the book, we'll all be safe from them.
Okay, I throw him my baseball bat.
Oh, you throw Eric the baseball bat.
Sorry, man.
I love it. Yeah.
It hits me. I don't see it. No, I can't. I'll catch it.
All right. Well, that might have hit you, but Eric, you are going to... You know, I'm actually going to make a note of that. You took a little bit of damage there.
That's not what I meant.
That's a joke. I said I got it.
Just
Oh, you got it? Okay,
let him catch the
fine.
bat.
No,
Jeez.
Yeah. I think because I do think that, like, he heard Sarah scream, and there's definitely a change that comes over him. Like, he is
Of course,
closer to, like,
yeah.
his former self, like, how he
Yeah.
used to be. And so, like...
Yeah.
So he would be able to, like, catch a bat. Like, he's in, like, I'm about to beat some ass for my wife mode.
Yes, of course. You can run very quickly out of the library, and the two of you are in the house together.
Sarah, what's wrong? And he's holding a bat.
Sarah would probably just, like, turn to Eric, mascara streaming down her face, and by the time, like, he gets to her, she's, like, calm, and is just like, it's okay.
Who hurt you? What's the
I'm
matter?
over it.
Sarah, darling, no. What's the matter?
It's okay, I will make this whole. Do not worry your pretty little head, my sweet.
Sarah, you were hurt. He, like, wipes the mascara tears with his, like, thumbs, like, holding her face, and I guess he would have had to drop the bat for that. Sorry, Edwin. Fuck your bat.
Clink, clink.
Yeah. I think, like, the energy just kind of leaves him, and you can visibly see him deflate back into, yes, darling.
Yeah, she's gonna just, like, press herself into your chest, side of the face to your chest. Very blank expression, just, like, staring off at nothing for a little bit.
Yeah, he's holding her and trying to comfort her, just by...
You probably know that Sarah's only like this when something has really fucked her up, emotionally. And she's really, you'd probably know by now, but she's really just trying her hardest to not let you see that, because the worst thing she wants is for you to see her in distress. And the nice reason is she doesn't want you to worry. The fucked up reason is she knows that you're more yourself when you're being protective of her, and she doesn't want you to be more yourself.
Oh my god. I think he's still just, it's alright, darling. You're okay. It's alright.
Yes.
You're okay. He's giving her commands. He's telling her what to think.
Back in the library, how's everybody doing? Wendy, Doc, how you doing? What do you think you're doing in here?
Probably not enjoying life.
Joy, you mentioned something called the invisible clergy.
Oh, it's complicated. I don't really understand how that all works either.
I would love to hear more about it.
There are... You know what gods are, right?
Yeah.
Gods are not real. It's only us. But when you do something important, when you're remembered forever, maybe not what you specifically, but the things you do, it's hard to explain. There are archetypes Look, there are humans that are not human anymore and look over the entire world. They shape it. But they're also shaped by the world. And when the clergy is full, when all 333 members are full, then the world begins again. I don't really know how to say it more than that. It's very confusing. I've heard that the first and the last man knows more. He's my father. And my mother's father. And her mother's father. He'll be my husband for a moment one day.
This first and last man, is there any way that I could speak with them? This is all terribly interesting.
I don't know where he is. Dr. Daniels is about to have his entire life wrecked as he seeks this out for the rest of his existence. With that, there is a knock at Edwin's door.
Edwin doesn't notice the first one,
Yeah.
but I'm assuming it comes again.
Yeah.
Somebody get that?
Joy picks up the book and says, "We might be running out of time."
Writing the last words as she's
Yeah.
just taking the book out of his hands. The first crash of cymbals and saxophones tears the room like gunfire, and we are ablaze. We are alive. His hand is gripping mine, dry and hot like the dunes of Mexican deserts. His feet are a blur as he leads me in this phantasmagoria of movement that sends my mind reeling. My breath catches, my ankle still smarts from last night. The limelights glitter warmly in his hazel eyes. Pain, pleasure, indivisible. The hands on my waist are confident, reassuring. He lifts me effortlessly over his head. The minute tremor in his bicep provokes a subtle response. A shadow of one, really. I barely register it, but somewhere deep in the inhuman part of my brain, it stays. The dark passenger, riding underneath. Is going to haunt my lonely nights, but for now, in my blessed ignorance, I allow myself to melt into the sensation and just soar. The music swells in a sweltering crescendo. The class is over in 9 minutes, and the drudgery of the world will inevitably catch up to us, but for this moment, there is nothing but the two of us. Ablaze. Alive.
Eric and Sarah, have you made your way back to the library?
Yeah, we'll probably make our way back.
I think Eric is still acting a little more protective, like he's got his arm around her and not all like slumped in.
Yeah. Eric, I need you to write your happiest moment.
Sarah's like so shook that she's not even correcting Joy this time.
Eric gives Sarah just like a squeeze because he's got his arm around her, and he kisses her head and he says, "I'm going to go write this now, okay?"
Please do, hun, so that we can get this over with.
Of course, my darling.
Edwin, there is more furious knocks at the door. While Edwin is going over to the door, we're also going to see Joy going over to Sarah and say, "Sarah, everyone else has told me why they're unhappy. Could you tell me why you're unhappy?"
Sarah will visibly get back to the point of tears, but choke it back and then place her fingers, one in each of Eric's ears so that he cannot hear. And she will basically just go off. Just to put an end to this whole charade that we're doing here, fine. I think
Shannon was going to say something. Shannon was going to say something real quick.
Were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, I need it stated for the record that Eric does not react at all to someone sticking their fingers, well, not someone, Sarah, sticking her fingers in his ear. He's just like, yeah, this is completely normal. All right, Go on, Matt.
Just another Tuesday.
I am terrified to my core. It is the worst thing that could ever happen to me, and it is true that ultimately I am the reason why Eric is aging faster than normal and is not the human being that he used to be. And I love that, and I love him, and I want him to always be this thing for me. And that drives me to a point of sadness that I don't know that I could ever get out of if I were to even fully realize and admit to myself. And now that I've said that, I don't know how to get out of this hole that I've made for myself.
She points to her neck, and you see the 3 words. You did it.
I did do this.
Thank you. Once your husband's done, if you could write.
Hate you.
Shannon?
The pages aren't visible by the next writer, right? Like, it's
Oh,
not like
they turn
on the,
the page.
opposite. It's not like on the opposite page.
It's not on the opposite page. They turn the page.
Okay, so like, she would have to actively turn
She
back
would have
and
to
look at it.
actively go back and read it. She could go back
Yeah.
and read what you wrote.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
yes.
I
You're
just-
thinking about what you're writing there,
Yeah.
even at this moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the front door of Edwin's place is all of the Sorrows are standing there.
I'm pretty pissed that I wasn't allowed to finish my piece of writing, so I aggressively opened the door.
Yeah. Bring us the girl.
For fuck's sake, what girl?
I'm not playing around anymore.
Neither am I.
I know Joy is here. Bring her out of the library and bring her here.
Oh, piss off! I try to slam the door.
She puts her hand in the middle of the door. She stops the door. She actually, as she puts her hand there, the door kind of breaks a little bit as you slam it
shit.
on her hand.
Can I have grabbed my bat back from Eric?
The HOA is gonna be pissed about that one.
I probably did bring it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have brought it back. I wouldn't have just left it.
Yeah.
Like, I had one arm around Sarah and probably your bat in the other hand, and I
Yeah.
would have
Yeah.
handed it off to you.
Yeah. You've already written in her book, haven't you?
I swing.
It's too late. I was going to offer to help you, but I can't now.
I
Because
swing.
you're an idiot.
I swing. I swing at her.
Okay.
We jump to murdering an old woman real fast.
All right. Well, now we have a fight going on and a real-time clock that will end this. Edwin, you swing a bat at this woman. Edwin, what's your violence stress? Are you hardened? What do you
Yes,
got?
I have 1 hardened notch in violence.
Okay, I'll just say you could swing a bat at this person, not to kill, without having to make a roll. Even attacking somebody is a little rough for, to actually attack another human being, but you're hardened 1, that's okay.
I just wanna, break her wrist or something just to get her fucking hand off my door.
All right, I need you to make me a struggle roll.
Oh, can I roll in the swing?
What?
I have a in the swing. Can I roll in the swing?
What is the skill in the swing?
This is the ability to continue with a physical activity for a short time past the point when you would normally be forced to stop. As in, I twist my ankle while dancing, but I'm so, in the dance that my brain doesn't register it.
Okay, well that is cool, that is not quite what's going on here.
God damn it.
Maybe after you get hit and keep going, maybe you
Okay.
can use that. But,
Yeah, sweet. I rolled I failed.
okay, you failed.
Yeah,
All right.
bigly.
Are there any of your passions that you could maybe use to re-roll that roll or to flip-flop it?
Yes, actually. Rage stimulus, blood-sucking extortionists.
I'd argue they qualify, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So that'll either allow you to flip-flop your roll or re-roll it.
No, I re-roll. I would
Okay.
fail either way.
Okay.
Come on. Small money, small money. Oh, yes. Okay, good. I succeed. I
What'd
got
you
a I got a 28.
Okay, so you do 2 + 8, you do 10 damage
Nice.
to this woman as you smack her hand.
Sweet.
And you hear a crack as that happens, and she screams. Ah! And with that, one of the other women, who you had not heard talk at all, says in a raspier sort of voice, "We're not waiting anymore." And they all start pushing in as Sarah yells, "The guards! This maniac just attacked me with a bat!" And 4 security guards start
Shit.
rushing towards your door. What do you do? The women are all on the step. The woman who is sort of holding the door open her hand has been hit and knocked backwards.
I'm gonna yell, "Get the fuck off my property!" And yeah, I'm gonna keep yelling how I'm gonna call the police if they're not fucking getting off my property right now. And I'm trying to, like, attract somebody else, basically calling for help.
Wendy hears you for fucking sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess my question is, do you close the door?
I mean, they're pushing. I'm
Yeah.
pushing back.
Okay, you're pushing on the door. Okay. Yeah. You're now hearing sounds of a struggle coming from the door. People in the library, what do you do?
I'm booking my ass back out there and maybe grabbing a chair or something, some kind of weapon.
Just like a chair.
It's Wendy with the steel chair!
As long as Sarah isn't leaving, I keep writing.
Okay.
Yeah, Sarah is waiting because she knows she also has to write in this book
Okay.
based on the way things have gone.
Yeah. How about you, Doc?
Dr. Daniels is letting his curiosity get the better of him, and he started wandering through the stacks, like randomly pulling out books and like reading through them.
Each one, every page is a description of someone's happiest moment in their life. No grand cosmic secrets, though. Sorry.
Like I said, he's just curious. He's just, flipping through, having a read.
Okay. As the climax of the adventure approaches, you're going to read some books. Love it, Doc. Okay.
Come on, grab War and Peace and join us.
All right, so we've got a chair and a baseball bat. The security guards are now pounding on the door, and one of them is going to get a thing to breach the door, like a ram.
That's a pretty well-equipped security
know,
guard
right?
there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with this town?
What the fuck is wrong with this neighborhood
Bad
that the local security needs to have a battering ram?
Gated communities are fucked up. I'm gonna say it.
Maybe you shouldn't live here.
Fucking suburbia.
So you guys probably have one action to do before they break the door open. I don't know if there's anything you want to do except just wait for a moment, but they're going to start breaking the door open.
A bit of a stretch, but I don't suppose anyone owns a gun.
Can I have a gun?
Do you have firearms skill?
That's a good question.
No,
It's under speed. I don't think you do.
I don't think
If
any
you
of
don't
us
have
do.
firearms skill, you don't own a gun.
I do have misspent youth, but
Ooh,
that
you do have misspent youth.
involves like boosting cars, forcing door locks, scaling fences quietly, and petty shoplifting.
Okay, so here's the thing. I can say that you own a gun that you don't know how to use. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you are... Like, you know the basics of how a gun works, but you're not, like, taking it to the range or anything.
Okay.
And pulling this out is going to, just so you know, guns escalate things a
Yeah,
lot.
they do. They do.
Now, that could be useful,
yes.
or it could be bad. Also, if you've never shot to kill before, you're going to need to make some rolls before you're able to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're not trying to kill anyone yet,
Okay.
I hope.
Yes.
What I do? Fuck it. Let's escalate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my I have held a gun maybe once in my life. I don't know anything about guns, so forgive me. I pull out a
You have a handgun.
I pull out a handgun, which I'm not even sure if there's like ammo in there or not.
Yeah.
And I point it in the general direction of the women and the fucking security guard with the ram.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go, okay, how about everybody just takes a fucking chill pill for a moment. I'm gonna need you to get the absolute hell away from my door. Or things are gonna get nasty.
All right. You do that. Is there a skill you want to roll for that?
Yeah, some sort of persuasion check.
Okay.
I'm proficient in storytelling.
No.
What is the threat
No.
but very violent storytelling?
I mean, isn't lying basically like telling a story?
No.
You're no fun.
So if what you were saying was a story, yes. But what you just said right there is not a story. If you want to turn that into a story, I'll let you do it.
Back in the core, I used to eat pussies like you for breakfast.
Okay.
Great. Perfect. That's a story, I guess. You can make that roll, and storytelling's your obsession skill, right? It's a
Yes,
told.
it
So
is.
you'll be able to flip-flop this roll.
Yay. I got a 70 and a 7. So I don't think I'm going to be able to flip-flop that. I fail either
No,
way.
a 70 turns... Oh, you got a 77.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
77.
okay, so, yeah, no. And matched rolls are bigger failures. Yeah, no, sorry. Matched rolls. If you get a matched success, that's good. A matched failure is bad.
I mean, the dice do tell a story. So, yeah.
But the dice have told the story, which is mostly what happens is, he's got a gun! I think he kidnapped my daughter!
Ah, shit.
You know what? Yeah, it bit me in the ass. I
All right.
escalated.
Wendy, anything you do as Edwin makes poor decisions?
Well, really not sure where to go from here.
Well, I'll tell you what happens. The door is broken down.
Okay, well, first person who comes through the door is getting a chair to the head.
All right. A pair of security guards are going towards you, and a trio of security guards are going towards the person with the gun. There are 5 security guards here.
I thought
The
you
women
said
are
there was
standing
2.
back. There are more.
Fuck. Okay.
So I'm going to have you make a struggle roll as they are going after you there, Wendy.
All right. Ooh. Ouch. So, that's a 78. So, how about no, and I use my noble stimulus. In your darkest hours, you wish you could have traded places with Michael or saved Laura. You'll throw yourself in the thick of trouble to try and save a helpless person from harm.
No.
That's
And-
exactly what's happening here.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm going to re-roll that
Okay?
Sounds
and
like a very good
pray to
plan.
God for something better than a 78.
Yeah.
That's a 61. Shit.
It is better than a 78.
Yeah, but not really
Still a fail.
helpful unless I can find a way to flip it, which I don't think I can.
Unfortunately, all the nobility in the world is not going to save you here as they tackle you to the ground.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
All right. The other ones are going after you there, Edwin.
Me.
What do you do? You have a gun, which means that they are rushing at you right away to try to disarm you. Do you try to shoot them with a gun?
Well,
Do you try to scare them with a gun?
like we established, I have no idea how to use it.
That's true.
So, seeing 3 burly dudes with a fucking battering ram running towards me, I think I'm gonna try to dodge.
Okay, you're just going to try to get out of the way. Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a speed skill.
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely.
I had to roll below 20 on
Yep.
dodge. I rolled an 18.
Good.
Hey, we
I'm
take
done.
those.
Oh, you're done writing? All right.
Done writing.
Joy goes and grabs the book and turns it around and presents it towards Sarah.
How can you forget
Sarah-
it's the only name in this game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah clicks the pen twice and then begins writing immediately. She knows the drill.
All right. So you are avoiding getting hit by these guys and you're keeping them busy.
Yeah.
Somebody else got tackled by the guys as the Sorrows walk between the two of you towards the library. They make their way gracefully towards the library's entrance.
The library door, does it open in towards the library or out towards the house?
Out towards the house.
Balls.
Regardless, you'll need to figure that out quickly because these women are entering the library now, with the one in front saying, "Joy, it's time to go."
For the record, I am posted up like protective stance over Sarah.
I guess Dr. Daniels is going to try and be brave. I'm assuming it's Sarah that's doing the speaking.
Yes.
So, and she's like probably holding her arm that has been kind of broken.
Yeah, well, she's just sort of got it to the side.
I am going to try and... Dr. Daniels is going to be brave, and he's going to rush her and try to, like, bodily shove her out the door. More akin to, like a football tackle than, like, any sort of actual fighting move.
Okay.
Would you say, with that description, I could roll athletics instead of struggle?
I guess.
That was a 7.
Damn.
That's a success.
Nice.
You run into Sarah, you push her back, and she hits the oldest one, who hits the ground and, like, breaks her hip. Like, you have absolutely... And, like, the cracking sound that you hear is horrible, actually. Like, you have crippled this old woman.
Good.
Yay.
I need you to make a violence check.
Yeah, I was saying probably going to be bad for your mental health, but it's great for the situation.
The stat I roll for that is body.
No, it's always
always
mine
mine.
to make, yeah.
For stress
And I know
ones.
this is like an evil monster lady, but you still broke an old lady.
100% it tracks. That's an 18 out of 70.
That
Nice.
is a success. Gain another hardened.
Okay, violence hardened.
Yeah, turns out you're like actually a badass.
Yeah. Sarah hits the ground. The second youngest one shouts out, "Sarah, it's not too late. You haven't finished writing. As long as you don't finish writing, we can take it back."
As she's yelling this, I'm proceeding to close the door to the library and doing my best to just, like, hold it shut at this point.
All right. Back out in the house, the guards are, "Drop the gun! Drop the fucking gun! Drop the gun!"
I don't know. I want to help, but I also don't want to die.
Don't drop the gun. You have the right to bear arms.
I do. Be much better if I knew how to use it. Who said that? No one.
Oh my god.
Shit. The people are roughing up Wendy there, so I'm gonna try to be chivalrous and come to the rescue.
Okay, so you're gonna try to get past all these guys to knock him off of Wendy? Okay.
Yeah, basically, it's probably gonna look like me grabbing one, like, from behind very clumsily.
Okay.
Like, trying to get him in a very clumsy chokehold and, like, bat him with the butt of the gun.
Okay.
So, misspent youth?
Take down security guards? Yeah, I think that's misspent.
Oh, that's absolutely misspent.
100%.
And that is my obsession, so we'll see.
I thought storytelling was your obsession.
Wait,
Yeah, storytelling is your obsession. Misspent youth is just, it just explains it down there to explain what misspent youth means. It's not your obsession. You only get one obsession, and that's story.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I failed miserably.
Okay, you are going to get pinned down as well, unfortunately. This is not going well for Team Stop the Security Guards.
I am done writing.
Okay, you're done writing.
Nice.
The Joy grabs the book and says, "Okay, I just need to file it away." And she starts running up the stairs to the 3rd floor. And you see her reaching really high, trying to put it on a shelf. She can't quite reach the top of the shelf, though.
I go help her.
Okay.
Eric, go help her.
I go help her before I have permission. I get permission seconds after.
Ooh,
Yeah.
daring today, are we?
Damn. Character
Talk
development.
about that later.
Yeah, I mean, the Sorrows are trying to force their way in, but one of them has got a broken hand and one of them's got a broken hip. The security guards have been preoccupied with these people out in front, even if you didn't stop them. One of them is currently zip tying Wendy. And
Zip tying Wendy.
Edwin is yelling very obnoxiously about how he has rights and stuff.
yeah, but you help put the book onto the shelf. Joy looks down at you, in particular Eric. It says,
Yeah.
"Thank you. It can be okay, but maybe you can make it work, or maybe you're better off alone. Find your own joy." And then the library rumbles. Do you say anything?
I don't think I do. I think he makes a face like he's about to say something, and then the library rumbles, and he's rushing back to Sarah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And as you are rushing back to Sarah, Sarah's snapping her finger.
God damn it, Sarah.
No character growth. No character growth for Sarah. Eric's over here making leaps and bounds, and Sarah just... No.
Yeah, Sarah about to not have a marriage anymore as Eric realizes what's going on here.
She'll go through it later. For now, it's in the box.
And in an instant, the library is gone. The doors are gone. And you all find yourselves back in your own homes, except for Wendy,
Whoops.
who is in Edwin's home on the floor.
Zip tight still?
The Sorrows are now out on the street, as are the security guards.
Okay, but what about the zip ties?
I cut the zip ties.
The security guards seem completely confused, like they're looking around trying to figure out what just happened. Maybe they were slightly enchanted. I don't know. And the Sorrows, in particular, Sarah is grabbing her hand and screaming. The oldest one is still laying on the ground, screaming in pain. And the other ones are screaming out in rage. As the security guards sort of look around and are like, what is going on?
It appears you found yourself in the wrong premises.
Well, so the security guards are actually back out on the street. So they're not even in your house anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
so yeah, you're good.
Never mind.
They get into the little labeled security car and drive
So,
away.
Doctor...
It's actually, they brought like a security SWAT team van. Not a SWAT team, but like their more hardcore thing. They actually bought it from like police surplus. And the police maybe got it from military surplus in the first place. I don't know. But they drive off, and the Sorrows, as you are looking out, only the two of you can really see them. They fade away.
Good riddance.
Yeah, I cut Wendy's zip ties. Ugh. What a night. Want a drink?
No, I think I need to go home and hug my daughter. Thank you, though.
Yeah, that's fair. Good night.
Your home is several blocks away.
And bitch, I am sprinting it.
Okay. I don't know if Edwin was going to offer you a ride. Apparently not.
I didn't realize she was blocks away, as I was like,
Yeah.
next door.
Well, no,
Fuck.
it's fine. Yeah. I guess if you babysit, they're not that far away. I guess we established that you babysit, so you're probably not far. It's probably down the street, actually. You're probably good.
I mean,
Okay.
But you're still, I'm sure Wendy's still running all the way.
oh, yes. And besides, blocks isn't that long, depending on the neighborhood, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like-
fair.
Blocks in New York, that's a nightmare, but blocks in a small town, that's manageable.
All right. Doc, you find yourself back in your house. What do you do, if anything?
First, I think Dr. Martin would be looking through their Palm Pilot, looking at the notes that they took to make sure, to basically try and figure out what's still legible, because those things were notoriously bad for that. Then he's going to start, taking down some notes on some actual paper about stuff to look up, such as, the invisible clergy, the first and last man, and circle it, and also write a couple of notes about how this might be perfect for his next paper, titled The Appeal of the Apocalypse.
You're not reflecting on maybe getting back and fixing your life. You're just going to fall back into this greater obsession. That's fine.
The reflection comes after.
The reflection comes after. No, you've just gained a new obsession, probably. All right. Wendy, as you get home to your daughter, she's sleeping
Yes.
comfortably in the crib. What do you do?
I think, for now, just kneeling next to the bed and being there with her in the moment is enough.
Bonvilles, you find yourself back in your home.
So I think Eric had rush to Sarah and like is like kind of protectively grabbed her and is kind of over her just in case like the library is about to fall down.
Yeah.
Which obviously didn't. It just disappeared.
Yeah.
And I think once he realizes they're in the house, he adjusts the hold and holds her out a little bit. That sounds weird. That sounds like it's like Simba, but you know.
It's keeping out a distance. Keeping out a distance
Right.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, just adjust. Well, like so they can look at each other face to face. Sarah, you okay?
I was just about to ask the same of you, hon.
I'm fine.
Are you?
Physically? My greatest joy, the greatest day. I had never been so nervous before. Then she appeared, beautiful and all in white, and I knew everything would be okay. My whole family and all my friends were there. All of her family was there too, and all her friends. A true union of our lives together. We danced, we ate, we laughed, we talked to the people we loved most, and we did it all together. We laid in bed after and spoke softly of plans of our new life together. There was a moment as we lay there where I made a joke and she laughed, and it was the best sound I ever heard. How could my sorrow come of this? When this is my greatest joy. I'm not blinded. I know what I've become, but that doesn't mean our love isn't real. Sarah, I love you.
Yes.
I don't love who I am with you right now.
I know.
It wasn't always like this. What happened?
I happened. It was always going to be like this. The greatest moment of joy in my life came when I found myself in the strong, certain arms of my sweetness. The birds in the canopy above were singing their love songs to each other, a perfect synchronous event which mirrored the song in our hearts. The dappled sunlight played a stage performance in the shadows of my closed eyelids. His heart beat faster than normal, a rhythm I'd come to know well. My sweet, he beckoned softly in my ear. "Speak, my dear," I commanded. In the anticipation, I felt my own heartbeat rise to fall in step with his. "I love you, Sarah." The words were equal parts fire, wind, and cold steel. I felt my body warm with the strength of this truth. In this moment, I knew Eric, my world. My desire made manifest was mine and mine alone. The manacles of my tenderness would hold Eric in my life forever, and I could want for nothing more. My perfect, obedient angel, mine.
He looks at you, like, questioning. You did this on purpose?
I don't know.
Do you think we can change? No. Not do you think. I think we can change. Will you?
Thanks for listening. Last episode of the year, so it's time for another big round of thanks. As always, thanks to Trin for our podcast art and Claire LW for our main theme. Thanks to Theo and Isaiah for joining us for Low Places for the better part of a year, and of course, a special thanks to Isaiah for a piece of music. Additional thanks to Black Flare and The Stars Aren't Alright for doing ad swaps with us. You'll be hearing from Brian in our New Year's episode, and hopefully Leah at some point in the future. Not strictly DDT related, but thanks to Jay Jones, Andrew Dickinger, and Michael Christensen for permission to get Wrath and Story back on the air. Thanks to Matt from The Crow's Codex, Shannon from Resting Glitchface, and Mike from This Week in Geek for joining us for a few episodes and or streams. Thanks to the L Train for the use of their song A Magic Duel in an episode of Low Places, as well as the Pixabay and YouTube audio library communities for countless music and sound effects used in our episodes, and of course the ubiquitous Kevin MacLeod of Incomptech.com. In addition to all these wonderful people and communities, a big thank you to our own lovely Discord community, Bert Gummer, Hatch, Moon, Moira, and we see you guys over there. Finally, as always, thank you, dear listener, for making this all worthwhile. Music used in this episode was Unrequited by Asher Fulero and Allegro by Emmett Fenn, both of the YouTube audio library. Mysterious Music Box Atmosphere by Universe Field. 171,219-Mystery Piano / Ancient Ruins by Welcome No from Pixabay. And that was it, actually. Most of the music came from a Humble Bundle. I don't even know who it's by. Until next time, make sure your inner demons get regular exercise.